Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain quiet for the minute of silence.
Good morning, Chantilly. I'm Luke Vandefavor.
And I am Charlie Kavanaugh. Today is Monday, January 28th, 2019.
And here are your morning announcements. Today is an A day with LS1 and CT. Tomorrow is a B day.
Girls basketball plays against Westfield today. Freshmen at 4:30, JV at 5:45, and varsity at 7:30.
Boys basketball plays at home against Westfield today. JV at 5:45 and varsity at 7:30.
Let's go to this week's Positivity Project video.
Hi all, my name is Miss Atala. I teach English here at Chantilly. I'm here actually not to speak to you to any of my top character traits, but to my last. My last character trait is humility and modesty. And I am an English teacher, as I said, and so I did prepare notes. I'm sorry, you'll have to look at me looking at them. But I feel like I have a lot to contribute to a discussion of my shortcomings because in them I've done the most self-reflection and made the most impactful steps towards growth. So funnily enough, when it comes to humility, my issues that have arisen have stemmed from not knowing when to be quiet and not knowing when to speak up. On not knowing when to be quiet, I've always struggled to keep my accomplishments to myself. I feared that people would find me unintelligent, insignificant, or any other number of unfavorable descriptors. I thought that if I could casually slip in what people deemed to be achievements into conversations when getting to know people, then perhaps they would find me worthwhile. I noticed, however, that the people I admire the most in the world follow the rule, show, don't tell. So this is a rule that I teach my students with writing because it's uninteresting and it's very one-dimensional to simply say that a character is caring, right? It's far more meaningful to narrate instances of them maybe shoveling a neighbor's walk or baking cookies for someone when they're down. And so I learned the same thing for myself. Now on knowing when to speak up. Another important aspect of humility is admission of your own limitations. So how many times have you been in a conversation with someone or very likely sitting in a classroom when someone says a word you don't know or a term you don't know, and you just keep nodding and you just let that word kind of wash over you, and at absolutely no point does it enter into your brain? A lot, right? So I've done this 1,000 times. I did it to avoid looking foolish, but funny enough, in so doing, I made a fool out of myself. So I robbed myself of understanding, and then I robbed the speaker of my full attention and response. I feel like I've found in my experience that the wisest among us and the humblest among us ask when they don't know. My first year here, I had to ask Mr. Cook to teach me how to use a doorstop. And though he may have doubted my educational credentials in that moment, it doesn't matter. He took a minute from his day and he taught me and I learned. So in summation, let the way you live your life speak to who you are and ask for help when you need it.
Well, that's all we have for you today, Chantilly. This has been Luke Vandefavor,
And Charlie Kavanaugh, reminding you to stay positive and have a great day.
and we'll see you tomorrow.